We are filming the end of the film, which we've just written in the last hour or so. And I'm hoping it's going to be not a write-off. There was a slight concern that we were coming here on the first day and the film would have changed by the time we get to the end. I don't feel like that now. I feel as though that the ending is probably going to be good enough for us to use. And that is where we are. Bill, how's your chest? Oh, you absolute filth pot. It's very hard to be good at chess because it's a complicated game.
What a brain.
Do I have a brain in there? Oh, she does.
What drew me to the project was just the chance to work with Guy Ritchie.
3 more of them, quick as we can. Find our way.
Guy creates an atmosphere that's totally conducive to creativity.
Too much sugar.
He's learned the script, he throws it away, and he just makes it up as he goes along.
All right, so let's work out what the chat is.
I don't think anybody has an idea exactly of how this is going to turn out until we see it.
You like it, Danny?
It's wonderful. You can expect the usual Guy Ritchie pleasures will look amazing. It'll be snappy.
Comms, guns, driving, diving, rapping, slapping, you name it.
It'll be funny.
It's funny, isn't it? And he's naughty too.
And in this case, it'll also have a lot of action because, you know, we have Jason.
You're absolutely right. Thank you.
The way he directs isn't like anyone else that I've worked with.
Whack, and then boom, boom, smash, smash.
Doing a Guy Ritchie movie, you know that you're going to be proud of the movie, so we thought we could do it again.
Checkmate.
Whatever. Anyway, shall we?
Here we are, day 1 in Turkey, where we're filming what was a very conventional and almost unnecessarily boring scene of entering a hotel. And I can't bear any of that shoe leather information that no one ever retains anyway. So we're just trying to turn it into something that's amusing.
Within the spy genre, you've got to stick to certain rules. But I think what makes us unique is, you know, you always watch a film and you go, oh, would it be fun if they did this, or would it be fun if they said that? I think we're trying to lean into that a little bit more, and that, I think, comes from the spontaneity on set.
The classic way of making a film is you have a script and you learn it and then you turn up and you shoot it. With this, there's a sort of template script that is then largely thrown out of the window when you get to the set to shoot it. And the scene is kind of devised there and then with the actors and Guy.
There's been a bunch of days where we'll bat different lines back and forth and kind of just write it together in some ways, which is really fun.
Jason would go like, well, what if I did this? And then we give it a go. And sometimes it works and sometimes it's genius and you run with it. And then we spend time reworking the plot to make those situations work.
I think that is not Ben Harris. Get there. That is not Ben Harris.
That isn't Ben Harris.
What do you mean it's not Ben Harris?
Guy is the sixth sense about what rings true. When you trust Guy implicitly, he knows how to steer you in the right direction.
So for someone like me, it's both slightly alarming, but also quite exhilarating.
He has a very fun set, and that he plays chess in between setups. A bunch of times I've walked off camera and then I'm going like, where is the director? And then I go, oh, he's playing chess. Of course he is. Why not?
Get the paper. Get the bag. Is it the bag?
Get the paper, get the phone. Get the phone and the paper, put the money in the bag.
Get the phone, the paper, put the body in the back.
Cue the footage of Guy Ritchie's barbecue.
I particularly like working with Jason. I've enjoyed making this movie more than I've enjoyed any other movie. I find working with Jason gets easier and easier. Not that it was ever hard. I suppose it gets more and more fun.
So, who will be heading up your team?
Well, the usual chap. Awesome Fortune.
Oh, fuck. That man is an administrative nightmare. He can't fly unless there's a private jet because of claustrophobia. And then he needs sedating with the finest claret because of agoraphobia. And then there's the rehabilitation in the Maldives because of cloud of bloody phobia.
Awesome Fortune, he is a super spy. The expense of hiring this man is quite severe, but nevertheless, he is the man for the job, so they have to use him because he's the best in the business.
What's that?
It's a guard dog. Guard dog. I'm good with a dog.
Lucky that.
Working with Jason has been a solid experience. I've just watched him in action as a professional, as one of the masters of his particular craft.
Jason knows what he's good at, and he's really good at it.
I mean, he's just very believable. Like, when he gets into his character and into his zone, he's just got a very intense look in his eye at all times. You're like, oh, he could kill me. He's gonna kill me. And I try really hard to make him break character. Honestly, it's not hard to make him laugh.
We have to do a separate take for this. Got anything yet?
Okay, I'm getting somewhere very slowly. Still dialing in. Can you hear it?
Do you actually know how to use a computer? We've got the computer whiz, played by Aubrey Plaza, who is my favourite character in the movie. I think she's great. She's the lady who sits there with the headphones on and sort of, as she describes it, she plays the records while I do the dancing.
I'll control the turntables, you control the dance floor. Like to dance?
She's wonderful. She's quirky. She's interesting. That's been a great revelation. She thinks in the creative way, and she ends up giving you things.
Apparently you're the new John.
Not meaning a toilet or a prostitute's client, I take it. Please don't pee on me. I don't do that anymore.
I've made the decision that my character is just constantly coming on to him. So it's like I'm trying to flirt with him, make him laugh, and he thinks I'm a freak. So really hope it comes together in the edit.
I think I got him.
How'd you know it's him?
You dance, I'll play, remember?
Most spy films fall into one or two categories. They're either a spoof or they're overly serious. So we're trying to find a middle ground, and we have Jason Statham, who's traditionally your big action hero and very earnest. And so we're trying to do a slightly different take on that.
I think people are going to see another side to Jason in this movie, where you see his sense of humor, because he's very, very funny. And I think Guy wanted to explore that more with this character.
We brought in Aubrey Plaza, who's got great comic timing, and obviously the dynamic of how Hugh Grant's into the mix.
And there is a very good reason why no one ever, not Mr. Hussein,
not Mr. Gaddafi, not Mr. Escobar, and that's before I start dropping names, why none of them have ever refused to pay me.
Greg Simmons, who's a billionaire arms dealer who is motivated by money. He loves money, but he's also one of those billionaires who's come to regard himself as a good man, despite the fact that he sells arms all over the world. He even has a charity for war orphans in a sort of delicious irony.
Actually, we've got two of the war orphans here tonight, and they're really annoying.
Hugh Grant thinks on his feet, although he thinks he doesn't think on his feet, he does. He's very creative and he's very funny. And I hope I give him characters that he can enjoy and get into.
The more I can bury myself in characters that are very unlike Hugh, the more I'm attracted to them these days. And I thought this was very unlike me. Almost every actor prefers being a bad guy, I think. I don't know why. They're more fun, they're more delicious, and I quite enjoy being Greg.
I would kill to see you in action.
Oh, Danny. Well, how can I say no?
With that combination, that melting pot of actors, I think we're creating something unique and hopefully striking a unique tone in the spy genre.
Going in 3, 2, 1, action.
I don't know what it is tonally, actually. The truth is, I mean, we sort of make it up as we go along. Sometimes you think it's PG, and sometimes you're thinking, I won't need much longer, though. Sometimes it's PG, and sometimes it's not. So we've sort of done 2 takes of everything, PG and non-PG. And the truth is, I'm not sure which incarnation is better. We had a structure when we started, but like we didn't really have an ending. And the structure is really quite simple. As long as your bones are good, then it was a question of sticking good meat on it and better skin on the meat. And that's very hard for me to know what that's going to be like until you can watch it.
If it takes itself too seriously, it can fall on its face. And, a lot of the time, I mean, I've done those films. I just think that the comedy value is priceless. And especially when you have this unlikely group that get put together to save the world. They don't look like they could save the world. They're more interested in drinking wine.
No. I was starting to worry.
Isn't this my medicinal requirement?
Yes.
Thirsty, were you?
Nathan is the unofficial leader of this team. He's also someone who enjoys the finer things in life. Fine wine, fine food, fine travel. He and Orson have this interesting relationship where they tease one another about wine, for instance.
Also has a penchant for expensive wine. Doesn't relate to me in any way. It doesn't actually. I don't know why I said that. I do like a nice bottle of wine.
I don't have much knowledge of good wine. You know, I'm learning thanks to Guy and Jason.
Isn't that the 82?
Still drinking well. I tasted my first 82 Margaux with Guy. He only drinks fine wine.
Margaux is a very famous vineyard. It's actually a region in the Bordeaux region. But there's also a vineyard called Margaux, and it's one of the premier Krug vineyards.
Guy believes that the journey is just as important as the destination. So he's a connoisseur of so many things. You know, he'll bring us into his trailer and feed us.
I do know how to cook a steak. My salads are quite good. Well, you might have missed that information, but I've got very good vinaigrette.
I look up to Guy. So for me to be able to spend time with him and just learn from him on a daily basis, seeing the way he works and listening to the way he thinks as a person, his kind of philosophy on life. And the steaks what he makes a banging steak.
Woo! I think it's just, you know, try a bit. And then, bunny, check. Woo! It's like... I think it's a symbiotic relationship. He teaches me things that I don't know about, and he's the sort of guy that I like to work with, you know, because we're on the same frequency. You know, if you throw a stick, he always catches the right end of it.
JJ's just kind of new, but at the point where I kind of come into it and meet Orson, I'm a good shot. I'm not just good with dogs.
Tidy. Bugsy Malone plays the weapons expert, the car driver. That's kind of a bit of a military kind of dude that is there for backup and essential toughness.
I boxed for about 4 years, pretty seriously, and spinning back fists at elbows, knees. I can throw them pretty well, you know, working with the stunt guys and finding what actually worked. It's a really creative process, the way the guys build the fight scenes. Everybody just kind of gets involved until they figure out the end result.
So I think you're either taking him with you, yeah, him and his balls with you, or he's obsolete, but you've got to get to him before he gets to the gun.
Guy's a very physical illustrator of all of the scenes that we do, and he's so good at what he does. I mean, sometimes I go away and I think, oh, I wish I could have done it a little bit more like Guy did it, you know? I mean, he's such a physical director, and I love that.
I think we've got something.
Blackmail?
Yeah. Blackmail.
Ruse de Guerre. Very good. Carry on.
In the movie, the Ruse de Guerre is like a Trojan horse. And the Trojan horse for our team is this mega star from Hollywood, played by Josh Hartnett.
Danny Francesco is an actor who is beloved but misunderstood because he's living a bit of a double life.
There's a sensitive and awkward situation between you and your sister that you probably shouldn't have filmed.
And that is the dirt that Orson has on him in order to get him to join this mission.
He has to infiltrate the bad guys in order for us to save the world. He is out of his depth.
Once they heard you were in town, they came to us.
Stop.
It's like, yeah.
I don't think I can do this.
You just stop. Put your hands in there.
Okay.
I don't think I can do this.
Okay, so you really want to
I would.
like,
just
respond. Guys' sets are very reactive and everybody's on their toes. And it's exciting because you can come with ideas and other actors come in with ideas.
The more people are on the same frequency, then the more fun the whole process is. Yeah. What do you mean? They're killers. So much of scenes is about, and dialogue is about a rhythm. If they understand the rhythm, your filmmaker understands the rhythm. After 15 minutes, you go and it all works. And that's why I think you should say, fundamentally, there is no difference.
Fundamentally, there is no difference.
That's it.
The energy of the film is really dictated by Guy's energy, and he is pure adrenaline, you know. And you get swept up in his passion. He moves very fast, so he'll sit on the set and he'll go 5, 4, and that means everybody needs to get on their A game by the time he gets to 1.
He gets like an excited look in his eye, and then he's like, and we're going in 3, 2, 1. And you're like, whoa, we're going. So it's exhilarating. It's very fun, because you never know what's going to happen.
Lovely. Great. There we go. Go straight away. Aspendos was the greatest location in Turkey. And the older the world, the more I like it. Oh, but you know what does work for this is its weight. Because it's kind of unique in terms of it being a ruin. See the arches here? I don't know how many hundreds of years it went from one arch to another arch.
We had to do a big firefight up at Aspendos, where we did a good 1,500 rounds of ammunition, various rifles firing backwards and forwards.
You can still see the drainage system and the conduits that ran into this drainage system. If that's still working after 2,000 years, I don't know how many drainage systems still work after 2,000 years.
The main cast were using handguns. We had background artists using rifles, submachine guns, trying to vary it up and make it look like a good gunfight.
It's supposed to be the best kept amphitheatre in the world. You go in there and you think, oh, someone's, you know, razzle-dazzled this up. What a shame they didn't leave its original form. Well, that razzling and dazzling took place 700 years ago.
Live weapon firing blanked rounds. The actor not only provides a better performance, but can enjoy the experience of firing that gun. They get to see how weapons actually work.
It's a 2,000-year-old floor, just on the footpath there. You know, what happens if you just brush that back? What's the pattern here? You start to see the pattern.
Making sure that the gunfight looks real was paramount there and provides the right amount of energy that Mr. Ritchie is after.
I tell you, in another life, I could have been one of those people that dig this stuff up. It's the kind of the unfurling of the treasure.
The results are phenomenal. To see the firing going on, actors actually getting into the scene because they can feel the energy by firing a real gun.
It's been hard work, it's been quite intense, but you're just really watching an artist and a genius at work because he stays calm under massive pressure.
But I do like razzle. People want to see you do razzle, and I like seeing you do razzle.
Guy Ritchie in his prime looking at a masterclass.
Bang, bang, bang.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go to work. There's a certain way of kind of using the camera and a certain way of editing that changes a standard scene to something that's a Guy Ritchie scene.
We're going by the Gregs. We are.
You are?
We are?
We are.
This is our 5th movie together. He loves action movies, so do I. But doing a Guy Ritchie action movie, it's unique in its delivery of the action movie genre. The laughter is in a sophisticated, fun way, and it's not the usual thing that I'm a part of.
If you're flipping the channel on television, all you need to see is 3 or 4 frames of anything that's on, you know instantly that you're watching a Guy Ritchie movie. It's quite an experience. It's quite an experience.
Who knows? I'd like to make more. I'd like to make more movies here. They're pretty good.
Hello, world. This is Aubrey Plaza, and I'm going to walk you through my Aubrey Plaza's Guide to Spying.
Whee! Here we go. Sometimes you have to blend in with the local language. Hey, buddy! Hey! One of my all-time tips to spying is sneaking. I do a little sneaking on set. Hi, I'm Shailene Woodley. Exactly. Hollywood, baby! Ho-ho! Just tell them you're another actress. Then they get the bad rap.
I'm Natasha Leon. Aubrey, you want to do a movie with me?
See, I can't tell if you guys are real or fake. Literally can't tell. I don't know. This is the thing about movie sets. You know, movie sets, anything can happen. You know, you can just... We're gonna park it here. When you get out of your spy vehicle, you have to go out in style. You can't just step out of it like a normal person. You have to roll out of it. Something kind of like this. Classic Bond move.
Rolling into the vehicle, rolling out of the vehicle.
Can I get the medic? Lesson number 3. Nothing is what it seems in Hollywood. For example, I don't want to brag, but I've done a lot of training on this film. I've gotten very strong. I'm on the Jason Statham method. Every morning, 3 a.m., 4 hours pumping iron. I'm going to display my skills right now. Get this one. Tell me if Statham can do this. That's right. It's a little thing called acting, Mr. Hugh Grant. You ever heard of it?
What are you doing? What is that stuff?
The rocks.
I don't understand this.
No, don't. See, that's not, you didn't, it's not that easy. They're real rocks. Let's not.
Hey, quiet, please.
How's this for quiet? And here's a man that forgot what's important. How to be a good scene partner. Would you like a ride, Mr. Grant? Well, kids, I think we learned a lot today. We learned how to spy, we learned how to pick up very big rocks and big movie stars. See you next time.
We are in the old town of Antalya, and we've been filming a chase scene through the streets, and the climax of it's going to be here on top of this glass lift tower where I'm standing. Tomorrow, our brave stuntman Steve's going to throw himself off this balcony into a small courtyard, and that's the climax of our chase scene.
What happens at the beginning is Max Beasley jumps onto a moped and Orson chases him through on foot. And then we did a crash where Steve, one of our stunt doubles, slipped off the bike. The sequence ends at the top where Jason gets attacked from behind, which takes Ben Harris's character over the edge. We have a guy called Steve Jehu, who's a very, very good stuntman.
3, 2, 1, action.
My double, Steve, who's a terrific guy, has to do quite a serious stunt. When I got to the top of that elevator a couple of days before he does the jump, I mean, you look down and you go, there's no way, because it looks tiny. It's like a postage stamp that he's landing on. And I was like, so, Steve, it's 85 to 100 foot, you're dropping at 57 miles per hour. Do you count like one Mississippi pike? Boom. He went, nah, just eyeball it.
At the base of this tower, it's a very small area to fall into. So in this circumstances, we're using boxes. And I think we've got between 12 and 14 layers of each boxes. And in between each of those boxes, we put other layers of boxes. It sort of starts soft and then gets a little bit harder when it gets to the bottom. So it sort of takes the energy out slowly. We put big crash mats at the bottom, so if he actually does physically go all the way to the bottom, he's still got a good 10-inch, 12-inch mat.
Action.
We set the action. Stunt doubles have rehearsed with the actors, all the action prior to this as well. I've done high falls in my career over the years, and I know how nerve-wracking it can be, no matter who you are when you do these stunts. Although you're confident in what you're doing, there's still a nervousness about what we're going to do. The landing area is obviously the most important thing. That's going to save your life.
You 3. Have we got 2 still at the top? You've got? Yeah, we're still at the top. And we've got 3 over that side, so 4, 5, 6. So that should do it. Stand by. Still here, I'm alive, it went awesome, couldn't have asked for more, and yeah, it's great. So zen right now, it's unreal. I had such an adrenaline high straight after, and right now I'm just on top of the world, chilled, I feel great. Step off! Yes. Step off, step off! Yay! Woo!